Welcome to Finance Series with Oyekemi Ajayi. It is a great pleasure to connect with you. I'm going to be talking about why good businesses fail to attract capital. This is a topic that is burning on the heart of a lot of businesses, and I think it's high time that we talk about it. Investors do not chase just good businesses, they chase investable businesses. Now, as a consultant, I've seen that it's not just to have the numbers, but to be able to tell the stories behind the numbers, vis-a-vis other things that investors will typically look at in a business. In other presentations or other episodes, I will touch on other things that investors will be looking out for when they are looking to invest in a business. Investors often encounter companies with strong products, loyal customers, healthy revenues, and credible market positions, but yet they do not invest in some of these businesses. And the reason is simple. Investors are not just investing in a business that has achieved historically. They're looking at investing in what it can reliably deliver in the future. Very interesting, right? A good business solves problems. We agree with that. I mean, if I'm an investor, I need to be able to see what the business has done historically and how they've been able to solve customers' problems by providing a product or service that addresses the customer needs, right? However, as an investor, they are looking at an investable business that is able to inspire confidence going forward. So first, investors need visibility. So it's not just about growth, historical growth, no, but we're also looking at the future. They want to understand your margins, cash flows, working capital dynamics, the drivers behind the numbers, the drivers behind the performance. So a business that cannot explain its numbers creates some level of uncertainty, and this uncertainty is really the enemy of investments, because it means, how did you get these numbers? How did you create this value? And how are you able to create it or replicate it going forward? The second point is governance. For investors, governance matters. Investors value transparency, accountability, and disciplined decision making. From my experience, I've seen that investors are more comfortable backing businesses that have been set up as institutions, rather than businesses that are founder dependent or that their operations are dependent on the founders of the business. So having the right governance structure in a business helps to reduce risk and at the same time builds trust. Scalability is essential in a business. So a business may be profitable today, but may find it difficult to replicate that level of profitability or the level of growth in profitability in the near future. So what we're saying is that investors are interested in how you are able to replicate the level of growth you've demonstrated historically in the near future. The next point is that investors back people as much as they back businesses. So if you are buying into a business today, you're also buying or going to be investing in the people in that business. You're buying management basically. So as the products evolve, as markets shift, what gives investor confidence is having a capable leadership team that is able to execute, that is able to adapt, and is able to scale. And finally, investors need a path to value realization. Capital is deployed with exit in mind, especially if you are working with a private equity investor. So a business that can attract investors must be able to understand how value is created, how this value is eventually realized, and this value, how can it be realized? Is it through further expansion, or through acquisition, through a strategic sale, or through a public listing? In conclusion, businesses that can attract investments are those that reduce uncertainty, that are able to build trust and demonstrate credible path to sustainable value creation. So what I'm saying in essence is, it's good to make profit, please don't get me wrong. It's good to do well historically. But most importantly, how are you able to replicate that level of growth and profitability in your business in the very near future? I hope this information has been very helpful, and I hope you've been able to get one or two things with respect to what investors will be looking at when they are trying to invest in a business. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening, and do have a great one.